we're going to set up a little bit different thing here as we go through our 5 rocks to help you overcome any obstacles and change any area of your life. So let me know your questions, comments. Do I have something on my face? That's what I did on my Instagram video the other day. So if you watch that video, I had like fluff on my face and people laughed at me a lot. Question. All right. So from Carlos Labadia, fellow McMaster University alumnus here. Awesome. So that's a school I went to in Hamilton, Ontario, Canada, McMaster University. That's where I invented turbulence training in 1999. He said, your TT program changed my life 10 years ago. That's amazing. My morning routine, let the dogs out. Who let the dogs out? Carlos did. Sparkling water, no food until noon, so intermittent fasting. Very cool. Wendy Sloniker, great to hear from you. She loved one of my ideas. Oh, taking Friday afternoon off and working Saturday morning. Yes, awesome. Latifa Lowell, love the Saturday morning routine. Yes, it is so powerful. Josh Schlotman, if you hit snooze, you lose. You do. Josh, you've been a longtime reader. Always great to hear from you. I don't know if we've ever met in person. So you got to come to Fitness Business Summit next year. And then Gail Anderson, I hit snooze so bad. It comes down to mind over matter. Well, it also helps when you have these tricks. So thank you very much. What time? How are we doing for time? Because that's our second section. I want to go 10 what? 10:51. 10:51. I can yell a long time apparently. Okay, so I got one more section to go through. I really appreciate you guys hanging out. So going back to Gail's mention that it's mind over matter, it is and it isn't. If you have these rules in place, you become automatically successful. If you have a rule in place that you leave the phone out of the room, you have to get up and walk across and get it. Maybe you have to drink a liter of water. That's your rule. You have to get up, walk across the room, drink a liter of water before you hit the snooze button. You can't hit the snooze button until then. That's your rule. Well, if that's your rule and you tell people about it, you get accountability on it, you tell your spouse about it, you tell your kids about it, they're going to hold you accountable to it. And if they see you snoozing, they're going to go, hey, didn't you say you're going to drink that liter of water? And there I see that water and you haven't drank it. You don't want to be a hypocrite because the world hates a hypocrite. It's like, criminal and then hypocrites down here. People really don't like to feel hypocritical. And that's why I tell the world that I drink boxed water so they don't see me drinking plastic bottles. That's why I tell the world that I don't swear so that I don't swear. That's why I tell people that now when I go into an elevator, I don't take my phone out. I greet people when they come in. I say hello. I start a conversation with them. I'm like, I should have been born in 1930 so I could have lived in the 1950s. That's what I'm trying to be, like a nice, polite British gentleman, as one of the gentlemen at Fitness Business Summit said it. He loved when I said that phrase. That's what I'm trying to do. And if I tell the world that, you're going to make me play up a level in life. Okay, so a little bit of a break here. Then I'm going to bust out the 5 rocks. I'm going to do these really quickly because I know you guys have a busy day and you're going to follow my rule of taking Friday afternoon off and chilling so you can come back strong for Saturday morning sunrise session. So here we go. I'm going to bring in the whiteboard. You know we're getting serious here. I'm going to draw out some plays. We're going to run the plays. It's going to be awesome. We're going to win the championship. All right, so here we go. The five rocks. We got a little bit of light going on here. We're figuring things out. And that is like one of my overriding rules of life. Just go and do stuff. Figure it out as you go along. Ask for permission or ask for forgiveness, not permission. Just go and do things. I'm really glad today worked out. So listen, here's what you need in place to overcome anything, overcome any obstacle, change anything you want in life. Because if you actually watch my old videos from 2007, I'm terrible on video. I'm a little bit better now. I'm not perfect. I'm no Bedros Keuilian, but I'm a little bit better. I don't mind if there's a bit of shadow on this one. We're going to be A-okay. We're going to get this right. So we're learning by doing. And so here we go. If you want to change something in life, you're going to follow these 5 rocks just like I followed. That actually, there. I think that might work right there. So the 5 rocks, these are the 5 pillars of success that I learned from my weight loss transformation clients that I actually use to overcome my anxiety. Remember, my anxiety sent me to the hospital twice. I didn't know what I was doing, but I followed these 5 pillars by accident, realized them a couple years later, and was, oh my goodness, that's so powerful. That can change anybody's life. They can lose weight, look great, get back in shape, overcome anxiety, make more money, find the love of their life, find the house of their dreams. They can do it all with these 5 rocks or 5 pillars in place that build the house of foundation, or the strong foundation for your house of success. So here we go. The first pillar is to make sure you do better planning and preparation than ever before. So it is better planning and preparation than before. We all plan, but better planning and preparation is the key to success. Not just saying, I want to lose 10 pounds. That's not enough. But actually going and saying, okay, if I'm going to lose 10 pounds, this is the nutrition program I'm going to follow. This is the workout program I'm going to follow. I'm going to go to Kara Eckerman's Fit Body Boot Camp 3 days a week. I'm going to go to Daniel Woodrum's Fit Body Boot Camp 4 days a week. I'm going to follow John Berardi's Precision Nutrition Program. I'm going to do all of these things so that I become successful. Better planning and preparation than ever before. Second, go pro. Go pro and get professional accountability. Professional accountability gives you expert advice and that accountability to make you play up a level. It's so very important. Third thing you're going to get is positive social support. Social support is so important. Positive social support. Those are the people in your life that are going to help you stay strong when you struggle. They're like your cheerleaders on the side of the road. So when you run a marathon, people on the side of the road, they're not giving you expert advice like, go, you can do it. That's not expert advice. That's helpful, positive social support. But you've already consulted with your coach who's given you the plan to run your marathon. So you have your coach, you have your cheerleaders, you have your plan. Next thing you need is an incentive, a meaningful incentive. Oh my goodness, I totally messed this one up. That says incentive. I guarantee it. I guarantee it. Uh-oh. The board is mirrored since we're on selfie mode. Oh my goodness. So you guys read this backwards. It says ORP. It says NULP. It does say plan. It does say pro. It does say social. It does say incentive. Thank you very much. I love you guys. All right, so now what we're going to do is talk about how I said the fifth rock is the most important of them all. The fifth rock is the most important. And the fifth rock is making sure that you have a big deadline in place. So, deadline. If you have a big deadline in place, this spurs you to action in every area of your life. It doesn't matter what you want to change. You want to lose weight, you want to get back in shape, you want to find that house of your dreams. If you give yourself a deadline, it does three things. It spurs you to initial action, to overcome the initial inertia. If there's no deadline, you just keep on putting it off. So you have to have the deadline in place. Second thing is once you're halfway through that plan, whether it's 30 days, 60 days, whatever, you go, you know what, I'm halfway through, I've done all this work, I am on the home stretch now, I'm going to stick to it because of the deadline. That's the second place it helps you. And the third place it helps you is as we get closer and closer to that deadline, you start doing more and more and more and faster and faster and faster, and you get results. Just like you run that last mile of the marathon faster than you did mile 20 because you see that finish line. That's how important it is. So the 5 rocks of success: better planning and preparation than ever before, professional accountability, positive social support, a meaningful incentive from your heart and mind, what matters to you, and then the big deadline. You put those 5 things in place, you can lose weight, do anything you want, you can become a better salesperson, you can become good on video, you can write a book. I've used these 5 pillars to do everything in my life because I get professional accountability from someone like Bedros. He's my coach, holds me to a higher standard. I surround myself with positive people like the Certified Turbulence Trainers. We're going to have a Turbulence Training Summit in June in Denver, ttsummit.com. We would love to see you there. It is the biggest community of awesome family trainers in the world. It's just like everybody knows each other. Everybody supports one another. You don't get that in any other certification. You have a meaningful incentive. You dig deep, figure out what really matters to you. Does it matter to you to have more energy to your kids? Yes, that's why you're going to stick to it. Does it matter to you if you go and buy yourself a new pair of jeans because you lost 5 pounds? And those are the people who say that, they drop out. But the people who are doing it for their kids, they stay in it. And then finally, that big deadline. 30 days, 60 days, 21 days. I quit swearing in under 10 days because I gave myself a 21-day deadline and I implemented the actions right away. You can do it. You can change a lot of habits in 21 days and you can have success. So let's finish off with more Q&A. If you have any questions, by all means, send them in. And then I want to flip it around again, the camera, so that we can go back to the slides one more time here, just to finish off. We are going to end this presentation, guys. I really, really appreciate you guys hanging out here. So what we found is the #1 problem of people changing anything in life is that they don't know where to get started. They just don't know where to start. And so when you have better planning and preparation in place, and when you have that deadline in place, it gets you going in life. So Jolly, can you help us turn the camera around here? We're going to finish off here. If you have any other questions or comments, by all means, post them. Let me know what you think of this entire presentation. But don't worry about it. Okay, so we're good. I'm going to finish off here and say, listen, you've got all these things in place right now. So you've got them all. You've got the 3C formula. You have your 5 rules for your morning ritual. And you have those 5 rocks in place. So you know how to achieve things. The problem is, do you know what you want to achieve? Do you know exactly where you want to get to in life? Have you created that vision? Because as I mentioned at the start of today's presentation, I knew that I wanted a business like Early to Rise. When I hired my first coach in 2006, the very first question on the very first call, he said to me, Craig, what do you want your business to look like in 5 years from now? And I said, Tom, I want my business to look like Early to Rise. I love it. They help you with health and wealth and wisdom. And he said, yeah, I love that website too. And then he gave me a plan. He said, hey, Craig, you're going to become a better speaker. You're going to write a book. You're going to do all of these things. You're going to start coaching. You're going to become a better writer. Do all of these things. And you can start your own website, just like Early to Rise. And then about 4 years later, I was talking to another friend, and I shared that vision with him as well. I said, I love Early to Rise. I want to have a business like that. Let's go and do some things. And we started some side businesses that got us closer. And then one day, I found out that the owner of Early to Rise was ready to sell the business. And I contacted him. I flew down to Florida, negotiated a deal. And I bought the business of my dreams, the exact business of my vision. I knew where I wanted to get to, and I followed the straight line to success. And I bought the business of my dreams 5 years, 3 months, and 17 days after I said, in 5 years from now, I want a business like Early to Rise. That's how powerful it is. When you know exactly where you want to get to, when you know you want to get here, the path becomes clear. And you go out and you take the action. You have the law of action attraction. It brings you the goals and dreams into your life. And so if you don't know where to start, if you don't know how to create that vision, if you don't know what you really want, if you don't know what really matters, and if you are struggling with all this other stress and anxiety in your life, then here's what I want you to do. I have this thing called perfectlifeworkshop.com. It's where I spend the entire day with a small group of people, just 5 people in a room, and we go a deep dive of self-discovery. And we help people eliminate the obstacles and bottlenecks in their life. And we help them achieve their dreams. And we give them, at the end of the day, a 30-day blueprint for success. We show them exactly where they want to get to in life. We 10x their vision so they're thinking bigger and thinking more of what they're capable of. Because remember what I said about accountability. They come in thinking they can do this. I show them they can do this. And then I give them the exact plan, just like a coach did for me. And that's what happens at the Perfect Life Workshop. In the end of one single day, I have changed the game for you. And what I want you to do right now is go watch a little video I made for you at perfectlifeworkshop.com. And then underneath that, there's a set of what I call clarity questions. I want you to go and fill out those clarity questions so it gives me an idea of how I can help you. So again, perfectlifeworkshop.com. I do a few of these every month. Very, very small groups, so you get very intense attention from me. I dial it in for you, and you get a full year of accountability after, so that I make sure that every day you are working towards your big goals and dreams. All right, so that's all my teaching for the success formula. We have a couple of questions here. And again, while I'm going through the questions, you go to perfectlifeworkshop.com. Now, a question from Raj. He says, how do I know what I'm supposed to do right now in life and avoid all the other clutter? Amazing question. I didn't make this up. This is actually a real question. So listen, here's what we're going to do. We figure out what your values are. What's the most important thing for you? What season of life you're in? So we're all going through one of the 4 seasons of life right now. Health, wealth, family, or personal enrichment. So if you're in a season of health, you need to focus on your health. Maybe you're 55 years old, pre-diabetic, you've made some money, you've had a great career, kids are out of the house, they're off to college, or they're married with their own kids. Now you got to focus on self-care time. You got to take care of you. Because if you don't take care of yourself, it's going to be a tough couple of decades ahead of you. So if you're in the season of life, you're going to focus on health first. You're going to build that into your 5 rules, and you're going to fit all the other seasons of life into your daily routine, but as lesser priorities. Now, if you're in a season of wealth building, maybe you're newly married, you have a couple of young kids, you need to be focused on building your wealth. Or maybe you're not married and you need to build up that nest egg in advance. But you're going to make sure you wake up. First 15 minutes you're going to spend figuring out, how can I focus on my wealth building? You know, for me, I write. I write and I write and I write because that brings wealth into my life. And Bedros, after he does his cleanse, center, and kickstart routine, he gets down to business and he focuses on growing Fit Body Bootcamp. And he's been able to do that because we went through a Perfect Life workshop with him, got all the mental clutter out of his head, figured out what season of life he's in, eliminated all the obstacles, helped him overcome some of his temptations and bad habits. He does these 6-week challenges. I've got him on this nutrition one right now. He's getting so dialed in. He's no longer letting food get in the way of him having great days. So he has these routines in place. He's developed the discipline from hanging around me. So we get the clarity, get rid of the clutter, show you exactly what road to get onto, and then we give you the exact action steps. And that's all you need to do, is go through. If you can't make it to a workshop, get the kit, the Perfect Day Formula kit, and I take you through the questions there that help you identify the season of life you're in, whether it's health, wealth, family, or personal enrichment, and then we dial in your day from there. So we take your vision, block it down to 30-day blueprint, and then block it down to what's your perfect day look like. And that's what you need to figure out, Raj. And when you do that, you will become 10 times more successful than you have been in the past. So if you're struggling, don't worry about it. We all do when we don't know exactly what we should be when we grow up. But then I show you how through the book, the kit, and the workshop, and get you dialed in. So hopefully that helped you out, Raj. Really appreciate it. So we are out of time. I have talked way longer than I thought I would. But I love you guys. I love hearing from you guys. I love your questions. I love sharing this information with you. So like it, love it, share it. Make sure that the people who need more structure in their life and less chaos hear about what we talked about today. All right, so Jala, maybe give me a hand here shutting this thing down, and then we'll post it and make sure that you guys can watch this. Really appreciate it, guys. I love you guys so much. So I love you. I thank you.